Before I actually give you the rankings, I want to give you a short overview about what we talk about when we mention low doc business loans, EIN only, no personal guarantee. Because the thing is that you need to have a clear idea of the concept first. Okay, so I want to really explain that what types of low doc business loans you have on the market today. So when we speak about low doc business loans, EIN only, no personal guarantee, fast approval, you have short-term low doc business loans. You have low doc equipment financing arrangements. This is important. This is when you are actually trying to buy a piece of machinery from someone, and you are looking for a loan to sort of cover that purchase. And you also have business cash advances. This is another type of low doc business loans with EIN only. As a matter of fact, you can do it EIN only or without EIN. It's totally up to you, the kind of risk you want to take in the transaction. And you also have no doc business line of credit. This is where you have a revolving line of credit. So instead of having an installment loan, you have a revolving line of credit. So you can still have it with low documentation. And the fifth category of when we talk about low doc business funding, you have invoice factoring. So basically here, this is a transaction in which the underlying assets is your accounts receivable. So it's not about, you don't have to produce any kind of documentation. The only thing the lender needs, he or she just wants to see your accounts receivable. So they'll do some kind of due diligence about the customer to sort of see if the risk is worth taking. So I just wanted to explain that, because when we talk about the top 5 low doc business loans, EIN only, no personal guarantee, some viewers, they were kind of confused about the concept, the definition. So I just thought it really made sense. Now, right now, if you're listening to me, you have to ask yourself, what type of low doc business loan do I want to go after? Am I going after a short-term no doc or low doc business loan, a low doc equipment financing arrangement, a low doc business cash advance, a low doc business line of credit, or a low doc invoice factoring? So, boss, you have to be really clear about that, because the type of funding you are going after will determine what type of lender you will attract, or what type of lender you'll actually have to focus on. So this is really important. I just wanted to sort of clarify that. Now let's talk about the ranking. Number 5, we have Rivera Finance. Our score, 8.5 over 10. So when you think about Rivera Finance, well, the one that we love is that their low doc business loan is really, they actually approve it real fast. They have an advance rate of 95% if they were doing invoice factoring. So they have financing amounts from $5,000 to $2 million. This is really good. In the industry, when you have this sort of a 95%, this is really, really high. And so Rivera Finance, in our view, is really fantastic for invoice factoring. And it doesn't matter if you're a startup. It doesn't matter if you're an established business. If you are looking for a low doc business loan that covers your accounts receivable, Rivera Finance is the place to go. So we picked it because if you are looking for, let's say you're looking for fast funding, you're looking for thorough and fast funding, and you want the cash without submitting too much paperwork, Rivera Finance is good for you. Okay. And the cool thing is that they actually also have branches. So if you are interested in having an in-person factoring option, Rivera Finance is the place to be, because they actually have a network of 25 invoice factoring companies across the US and Canada. Okay, this is really good. And online factoring services are available to clients in all 50 states, but businesses near a brick and mortar location can visit a branch in person. So this is really cool. And so what we love about Rivera Finance is that they can actually factor your accounts receivable up to $2 million, and the standard term is 6 months. So you can manage your, as a borrower, as a customer, you can manage your account online. And yeah, that's great. And what Rivera does is that Rivera will pair you up with an account executive who can then answer all your questions about the whole factoring process. So we love that a lot. We love the transparency. Okay, well, here are the pros and cons here. The pros, they do offer local service in the US and Canada. There are no startup fees, and factoring terms are flexible. Here are the cons. The application and approval can take several days. Sometimes it will take up to 10 days or 12 days. factoring fee require the fees require negotiation. And in terms of extra details about this offer, we love the fact that they actually cover a wide range of industries. Okay, they even marijuana sales, medical marijuana sales, they actually cover that too. So you really have they cover the whole gamut. And we love the fact that account approval and verification take 1 to 2 days, but maybe lengthier depending on the transaction and the accounts receivable. But overall, Rivera Finance is a great player, 8.5 over 10. Number 4, we have Blue Vine. Our score, 8.9 over 10. So when you think about low documentation business line of credit that you can convert into a business loan, Blue Vine is a great candidate. They're a great player. We love the fact that they have competitive rates. You have fast funding. They have an online application process that's really streamlined. In terms of certain things that we don't like is that they have a high minimum revenue. So they're asking you to actually have 10 grand a month to qualify for their low doc business line of credit, aka business loan, if you are able to convert it. And so they also have a relatively short repayment time. Okay, so the maximum amount that they will finance you is $250,000, and they want you to be in business for 6 months minimum. And the APR range here goes from 6% to 78%, and the payment frequency weekly or monthly. So you kind of have it there. And the good thing is that you can apply using EIN only or without EIN. If you choose to go without EIN, you're going to have a FICO score that actually a minimum FICO score that starts at 575, between 575 and 625, and funding speed 1 day. So overall, one thing we love about Blue Vine is that they have an application process that's very simple and easy to use, and they have a very fast approval time and funding speed. So you probably get like within a day or two, maximum. Okay, and the cool thing is that you have access to the capital. They're not going to bother you in terms of Blue Vine is not going to bother you in terms of how you're going to use the cash or whatever. No, they don't do this. This is really important because there are some lenders that will actually place restrictions on the funds, right? Like they approve you, right? And they are just telling you, hey, listen, you can't use the cash for this one, you can't use the cash for this thing, blah 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 blah. But Blue Vine doesn't do that. They will actually approve you. They will assign a loan rep to you, an account manager whom you can talk to, you can have conversations with, and that account manager will guide you through the process. But never will they ever actually place limits on the use of loan proceeds. Okay, as long as you pay them, remember that the payment frequency is weekly or monthly, depending on the size of the transaction and the situation, the perceived risk in your industry. If they think that your industry is just very comfortable, like it's trending upward, then they can move you to a monthly repayment schedule. But if they think your industry is kind of like a little risky, then they'll ask you to actually pay every week. Number 3, we have here forward financing. Our score, 9.1 over 10. So when you think about forward financing, one thing we love is that we love the fact that they're really good when it comes to business cash advance, okay? And everything is low doc, EIN only. And they actually have been in the industry for the last 10 years, and they cover a lot of industries though, 700 and 750 industries. Think about that. And they actually specialize in merchant cash advance. So they do direct lending. This is really good. And the one thing we love about forward financing is that if you need the cash real fast, let's say you just need the cash, you have spotted an opportunity in the market and you just need the cash, you can't go to your bank because the bank is not going to lend to you, the credit union is not going to lend to you. Forward financing through their merchant cash advance program will actually take care of you. There are no application fees or hard inquiries to your credit. This is really good. And the cool thing here is that they will get you the cash within 12 hours. In some cases, we have seen this firsthand. But to qualify, you should have at least 1 year in business with proof of ownership, at least $10,000 in monthly revenue, and at least 500 in FICO score. And the thing here is that if you funding renewals could be available for owners who are current on payments and who have paid 60% of the original balance. So that means what? That means if they advanced, let's say $100,000 to you 2 years ago, and so far you have paid more than $60,000, then they can actually renew you again, not a problem. Okay, so the advanced amounts here, we are looking at $5,000 to $300,000. The payment term 3 to 12 months. The time to funding typically within 24 hours. This is really good. And the thing is, in general, when we talk about forward financing and the MCA industry in general, so MCA standing for Merchant Cash Advance, the thing that they actually offer alternative short-term financing. Okay, so they typically, those companies, the MCA companies, they typically use a factor rate to express financing charges on the advances they offer. Okay, and so the full amount of interest is charged when an advance is originated, and that cost is built into the repayment schedule. So for example, if you receive an MCA of, let's say, $15,000 at a factor rate of 1.12, you would pay $1,800 in interest, or $1,800 equal 12% times 1,500, 15,000 rather. Okay, so this is what it is. So that means that you pay back $1 plus 12 cents on every dollar you borrow. So this is what it is. Number 2, Balboa Capital. Our score, 9.3 over 10. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. I'm actually talking to you about the top 5 low doc business loans, EIN only, no personal guarantee. And the thing here is that when we talk about Balboa Capital, of course, we're speaking about low doc equipment financing. Balboa is really, really known when it comes to equipment financing. They have a great process in place. They'll take care of you real quick. They'll help you. They'll give you a lot of tips and hacks and a lot of tricks throughout the process to even help you get the machinery you need, the vehicle you need. Really fantastic. And here with Balboa, you have loan amounts up to $500,000, and they want you to be in business for 1 year at least. And the minimum credit score, if you want to go if you want to go the Social Security number route, they want you to have something that oscillates from 575 to 620. But again, here we are actually advocating for an EIN only business loan. This is very important. Okay, and what we love about Balboa Capital is that the whole application process is very streamlined, as I said, and it's very fast. You have 1 or 2 pages. You can do it online, not a problem, and you can actually be approved within 1 hour. Think about that. And so once you are approved, you can choose from flexible loan terms, and this is fantastic. And with Balboa, excellent credit is not needed, not at all. Even if you wanted to go the non-EIN route, excellent credit is not important, because remember, the equipment you are about to buy, that equipment represents the collateral. So Balboa Capital will actually retain the title to that collateral until you pay the whole full amount off. So what are the pros and cons of this program, Balboa program? The pros: we have loans up to $500,000, online applications with quick funding. You may qualify with just a year in business. Okay, this is really good. And what about the cons here? Well, they do require sometimes, depending on geography and the transaction, some collateral that will actually fluctuate between $350,000 and $500,000. And they want you to have $100,000 annual revenue. This is what it is, okay? But overall, this is pretty worth it. And in some cases, you may be able to apply and get funding within 12 hours. 12 hours, we've seen it time and again. Totally possible. Number 1, the best of the best in our view. Here we have Biz to Credit. Our score, 9.6 over 10. So when you think about Biz to Credit, you want to think about the ultimate lender when it comes to low doc business loans. Why are we saying that? Because number 1, they give you a constellation of loans, not just 1 loan or 2 loans. They give you a variety of no doc and low doc business loans. That's number 1. Number 2, their requirements in terms of time in business are pretty flexible. Like, think about it, 6 months. Okay, this is really good. And one thing we love is that this is the best, in our view, the best lender for low doc short-term business loans. And here you have loan amounts that go from 25,000 to, guess what, 6 million. Think about generosity, right? Fantastic. And the thing is that Biz to Credit actually provides 3 loan options that can actually satisfy all types of borrowers, business borrowers, that is. They do low doc term loans, low doc working capital loans, and low doc commercial real estate loans. And so this is really great. And it only takes a few minutes to apply. And depending on the loan type, 24 hours to receive a decision. So this is what we really love. And one area where Biz to Credit really shines is in their working capital business loans. They actually can connect business owners with working capital loans between 25,000 and 2 million, and term loans between 25,000 and $500,000. Okay, and working capital loans are paid back with your business receipts through daily, weekly, or bi-monthly payments, while term loans are repaid through weekly, bi-monthly, or monthly payments over the course of 12 to 36 months. This is fantastic. So Biz to Credit also offers CRE loans between $500,000 and $6 million, with terms between 12 and 36 months. Payments are due monthly. So this is what it is. Let me just quickly go through the pros and cons here. The pros: you do have less stringent qualification requirements for working capital loans, minimum annual revenue requirements for some loans. You have a quick application, approval, and funding process. In terms of the cons, they do have a more stringent qualification requirements for term and CRE loans. Working capital loans require daily, weekly, or bi-monthly payments, which could be disruptive to your cash flows. And CRE loans approvals can take up to 30 days. But overall, to qualify for a working capital loan, a low doc working capital loan at Biz to Credit, you must have a personal credit score of 575 minimum. If you want to go the non-EIN way, you must have been operating a business for the last 6 months. So it is what it is. I want to give you a few pro tips before we close to this conversation. It's important to understand that, if you are trying to get a low doc business loan, you got to really think about a few things. You have to watch for a few terms as you are trying to navigate the whole underwriting process. You need to understand rates, term, banking relationship. Obviously, the players I've just mentioned to you into this conversation, they're not banks. They are alternative lenders. Okay, which is a totally different type of animal here, because they operate differently. Banks are also their own animal because they have their own rules and procedures and whatnot. And alternative lenders also have their own. Okay, so you have to think about rates, term, and but banks in general, when they actually, if you were to go to a bank and actually apply for a low doc business loan with EIN only, no personal guarantee, if they ever approve you, they will still ask for the purpose of the loan. Okay, they'll still ask you about your cash flows, your financials, your business plan. Those are really important. For example, your cash flow. Well, the cash flow really answers a big question. Like, I'm giving you a loan. How are you going to repay that specific loan? It's all about your cash inflows. So that's why I want to pay attention to your statement of cash flow to have a clear idea of where your cash is coming from. Banks ask that question. They don't even ask. They just ask you to connect your accounts to their systems. So they do. Online lenders also do that. I mean, you have a Bluevine. Bluevine does this all the time. Bluevine wants you to connect your bank account to their systems, so they have a clearer idea. Not just a clear idea, but a much clearer idea about what's really happening to you. Okay, and this is something you need to think about, and also think about your financials. Yeah, banks and other lenders will ask you about your financials. So when we talk about low doc, I'm not saying it's no doc. No, it's just low doc. In other words, little paperwork, less paperwork, but you still have to submit some kind of paperwork. So you got to have financials for your business. So I'm talking about the 4 accounting reports that we have, and you don't have to do this yourself. Just click on your QuickBooks and just print out whatever you have there. Okay, your balance sheet, your income statement, your statement of cash flows, and your stockholders' equity statement. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. Before I actually close to this conversation and do the recap, please check out this approach. We do have a strict approach when it comes to evaluating, actually categorizing, and looking at business loans, low doc business loans, low doc business lines of credit. Check this out. All right, so let's do the quick recap here. Number one, we have biz to credit. Our score 9.6 over 10. Number two, we have Balboa Capital 9.3 over 10. Number three, we have Forward Financing 9.1 over 10. Number four, we have Blue Vine 8.9 over 10. Number five, we have Riviera Finance 8.5 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.